Ablade na smo ya ablade TV no mi body manje mi ni obodai togba Sean ne nke Joshua Tari adom ke Rosemary kokko anyigba wo ke ngmene ni fi mo obo ogbe no obadwa ye ga Manchester inshia ye blofo mi a cheola ke ga Paramount Stew House ni bimli ni homowo ngba dio satian ne no jake shi ni bi buji ku mehun bagan agbe no ni ngmene no wo ba wie here call be members of the diplomatic corps ni ji be chuloy ni je man ni yo Mantse ni ji Mantse majiamlin na me ba my name acho ame high commissioners ke ambassadors ke krokome no jake ameba ni ameke ni gambe ba na shitamo eche kuchon nyoji kumamli ne amana leye gamanche shia ni yobe not kanishin alobe ga traditional council le ameba pay homage ameke ame national mo ni nakan shramo no acha ngmene gbine akeshina nakan shramo na meke ni gana be ko ni huwe ame hani manfen le akeshin be nakan shramo yelulu ni akwebo ni ba fe ni gan ba akwa mama kwapa na ebu ni chake mo ni ka ni Tackie Teiko Tsuru ni je nyo twi no ne ba asmo na ekeba gan na meyi ameboa na ye mu ni nkebo wi one ona ke ambassadors ne alo high commissioners ne ameboin ba amechojien no na ni ameboin shi mo shi amro ne nya ni wo ya be na ewulo mongo bemli ni eba ye npai ni no jake shi akeje no fe no shishi ni ona ke shi chia no ne le ngme yin a ekrepe ne kra ni ne ke ejuo acho ene kusun mini po yo fo ne ke ono ji ono nya ni wo boa to efi obemli ni mi ejio geden ne ni chi enu enwe e wale le ejuo ke pe o he na no me ne be agbene hu e wo bo solimo to eni ji npa yele ba agbene wo ho kete enwe ni wa bo no na me hie ya me floto mlin ke ha gama mfen
me no yo. Many kusum pote ni amchum pote. She boni work na le wana ga chumoni. She boye fa fe boni dali. Sanifa. Wa mena me ba fata o jini. Wo ke ko so pe amekeni. Amekeni me komema. She bona me ba le no. Wa so wole. Noni kama ni kendo kupote ni sana kama tu da. Ni ka fo so kama bi ele fo ko be. Mangeson.
Ago chamakanyame. Biasuma boni His Royal Majesty King Teiko Tsuru ni di enyo. Ni chama je ke watch boni ni mo yibe ke ni. Aga bi na le ble o. Shi home no wa yo. Da ba wa bi o ba so yo. Ko bi na otash. O ke osusu ogan. O amene ba kende kome amekende enyo eleni o fe ni do
yo amrone na yenkpai ni akpe wo hena no me ke ba ebi ni wole no na me hie ya me flotom li enchon yenke bo ekole boni ni bi ba ya le ha shina amedi enche boni ni bi kama me tria amlin ka agbene amewoji amlin mi shin sra mi ha me ni me fe ni ameke hwe dran in liake shibe Peru ambassador ye bi ene Mexico ambassador ye bi ene Italy hu ambassador ye bi ene ke ekro ko beni fatai wo ba le fe be mlini ame fa me gbe ane
wo here ifon shibe libine meni kenya meje Colombia meje Italy meje Peru Switzerland, Mexico, if I may, all over the world. I'm okay. Many, I'm bani, I'm slab ni, I'm a big wakashi, or I'm a boy in Wakashi gan. Pay at the thing. You'll be going if on in it or baby.
Kago chamakanyame. Biasuma boni His Royal Majesty King Teiko Tsuru ni di enyo ke watch. Ni chami che. Fane ni ke ani esho de ne she o bi ada ke wa pa fani amefen ameje amemijo.
Yo, hey, why don't?
I am the ambassador of Colombia to Ghana, and I came accompanied with a fantastic, important group, but mainly I want to mention a team. Colombia has created a team, and I am with two of them that will introduce individually themselves, but I want to name them, and it is Dr. Victor Sebeck and Bernd Alders. Bernd is a friend of Colombia, but he is from Switzerland. And we are here to accept your kind and important invitation to us, together with the rest of the diplomatic people accompanying us, to get closer to you, to the GA community, and to share some of the ideas, some of the principles that you have been working as a king. We admire from you many of the issues that you have already expressed. For example, peace building. I know and we know that you are trying to really make the GA people peaceful people, and that you can identify yourself in the country as peacemakers. Also, we know that you are trying to support women and children, youth. So we are pleased to be here because in our personal capacities and as a representatives of our countries, we may find during our relation particular issues that we could work together. So I want to, by now, thank you again and allow that my other colleagues can talk to you and salute you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Majesty, Good morning, my name is Daniela Dorlandi. I'm the ambassador of Italy. I'm very pleased to be here today. It's a great honor, an immense privilege to share this moment with the GA community. It's a historic moment, and we are very grateful for Your Majesty to allow us to share this important cultural moment with you. We thank you very much for allowing us to be here today. I'm very pleased to be here with the Dean of the diplomatic community, the Mexican ambassador, some representatives of the Italian community, and my spouse as well. Thank you so much for today's opportunity. Thank you. It's a great privilege.
The influence that we receive now, we are very happy and very honored to be in a moment where we can really see that the GA people is thriving, and Mexico as a nation proud of the indigenous heritage would like to share also their experiences. We are very honored, and please convey our gratitude and the greetings from the people of Mexico.
Tim Zegesseman, attaché of the Embassy of Switzerland here in Accra, and I would also convey our gratitude for receiving us here this morning together with these many friends from the diplomatic community, and we are also very grateful to be sharing this moment that brings these different people together, which I think for all of us is always a strength to have our exchange and to learn from each other. Thank you.
And I'm a very old friend of Ghana, because when Ladin Islander's father was ambassador of Ghana to Yugoslavia, we went when I was 15 years old, and I came to Ghana 55 years ago. So for me, this is really the year of return, as your president calls it. And I come from Colombia, where the Dean of Diplomatic Corps just addressed you. And whilst we do not have exactly tribal chiefs, we are a very heterogeneous community with many, many different ethnic and racial groups. And for us, traditions are very important. And I think you, as the custodian of the traditional values of the GA people, are obviously in a key position that the star of Ghana, which is rising today in the international field, is accompanied by the enormous respect for traditional values. There can never be sustainable development without full respect for the tradition. So we also came with a very specific purpose. A group of us came to do a documentary on Ghana, which is based on a sad period in the history of mankind, which is slavery, but also to intersperse it with contemporary trends in Ghanaian society. So we are trying to do exactly what we were asked, and that is to showcase the importance of Ghana, the importance of traditional roles, and in particular, as we are in the capital of Ghana, Accra, your own wise leadership. Thank you very much. We are deeply honored.
The movie we do here in Ghana, and now here from the ambassador from Colombia, so we are supported to work for this documentary movie for Ghana. Thank you so much.
Practically I am a Ghanaian as well. It's 42 years I am in Ghana, and I'm representing the company Vivaldi Consultancy. We did a lot of things together with Ghanaian friends, and I am as well the president of the Italian Women, Ghana Women Association, which we are doing a lot here around, in Amlobloshi, in Usu. We are really near a local NGO. We are working together. Thank you very much for your welcome.
I am Paula. I am spouse of Ambassador of Mexico. I'm very happy to stay here.
Community live today in an era of great racial intolerance, and even in the world's supposedly greatest democracy, we heard about the sad Black Lives Matter movement. And I wonder what you think, what contribution to spreading understanding and brotherhood amongst people could be if educational system here, and of course the role of traditional rulers, emphasizing the worth and the splendor of your own cultural great past, which is not understood, it is not known in the West, and I think that until your own people can showcase the pride, as you were alluding now yourself, and the great tradition, it will never be valued what Africa has brought not only to Africa but also to the whole community and the diaspora, as we have a large Afro-descendant community in our own country, 30% nationally and 70% where I live. So it will be really important to see how you think that as a custodian of traditional wisdom and also customs, you spoke about the importance of Ga language not disappearing, could one do in order to bring peoples across the world together?
It's the most important on how do we maintain tradition. It starts with righteousness. The Yahweh Kadosh Israel says that righteousness exalts a nation, and sin is a reproach to all people. And in His Majesty rests an amazing understanding of righteousness, of right behavior, of right doing, of right understanding is resident in Him. So I feel very confident that over the next decade or less, that you will see major opportunities coming out of the God state in terms of how do we live, how do we marry, how do we eat. There's nothing left that was left by God that we don't know what to do. The thing is, humans have decided to do their own thing.
Yeah.
But now we are blessed with a king on the throne that is a Hebraic throne that will pull all of the truth that Yahweh has left for us. And it's a truth because He said Abraham's children would bless the whole world. But Abraham's children have been out of place. So with the ascendancy of His Majesty to this stool and this seat, you will see not only the galvanization of righteousness, but also the galvanization of peace. And so it's without a doubt that He is the Son of God, because blessed are the peacemakers.
Thank you.
Because they will be known as the sons of God, and the foundation of His throne is peace, and bringing people to an understanding that actually we're one, and more keeps us than divides us. But man is very disobedient. So the fact that we also have a king who understands world hegemony, the other important part. You cannot do this in isolation. You're not going to be able to do this in a silo. The only way you're going to be able to do what you've asked, Dr. Victor, is that we all become together and that we all find common reasons for being. And I believe this throne and this king has the combination of the dictates of a David, as well as a Solomon, as well as a Nehemiah, as well as a Hezekiah. If you will study, you will find those four: David, Solomon, Nehemiah, and Hezekiah are resident in the understanding that he has of how we must preserve the Hebraic understanding of the God state. And it's a God nation. I know we call community, but we are actually a nation, and a nation that has decided to give its heart to the Holy One of Israel.
Nakaini Amrone Wadwamehi Nyawa Yani Gahungo Abiasuma Abiasuma Koni Wakwe Lehu Enajiemo Ke Ejuemo Yeneke Shramo Papa Nika Gamanche Sen Wulue Ting Ke Agbene countries are representatives ni yo mane mlihu ateya ni keji Shramo Koka Niga Ke ambassadors alo high commissioners na te essentially if you Shramo Nika Gaste Ting Ke Agbene Majinkro Komeni yo Mantse tamo Italy mana Iwo Nyawo Boaloni Niga yo Yuemo Abrone.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's a great privilege to have you here, and you're all looking very traditional, and you have to put your hands together. You should take a picture today, and so that it will keep you remembering all that. This memory must stay. Put your hands together for yourself. in this small room, that's how amazing it is that we get to have the whole world in this small room. And it's a great thing to have the Ambassador of Colombia, who is the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, the Ambassador of Italy, Ambassador of Mexico, and all our friends. We also have Dr. Lack, who is also from Israel here. And I think that we have the whole Ghana state also here. We have the Numunai Walamo, who is the chief priest of the Ghana state. We have the Ghana Paramount to Jase, the Asafwache Captain Kodron Mankata, who is the Mantse or Ghana state Asafwache. Then we have all my elders, the Ghana Paramount to Jase, the Wawoya Woye, and all that. And these priestesses, I haven't even heard them today. They haven't sung, they haven't done anything. Ambassador Shim Morton, President of the Millennium Excellence Awards. He is a miracle and a matchmaker. I mean, anytime he appears somewhere, things happen. So all that, I'm very pleased today. In fact, having you all come here to grace this occasion. Ghana State, like you said, needs the peace, needs the unity, in spite of its diversity. And there are certain things that happens when a monarch or chieftain happens to be in a capital city. Everybody from the outskirts would like to come, and it becomes an invasion of its culture. So right now you have our culture as the Ghana people very diluted. And for some of us, it's a great disturbance. It's something that we are looking to correct, because we have to change this narrative. The Ghana language is suddenly almost disappearing, and we need partners to be able to maintain this heritage, our culture, our tradition, our rhythm, our dance. We need security to be able to keep all these traditions in place. I'm sure if you might have been on Facebook or any of the social media platforms, you saw our Homage festival. We're trying to bring the peace as well as keep the tradition and culture of the Ghana people. We brought in Dr. Lack, who is from Israel, because we are trying through the Naiwe family and other families in the Ghana state to trace our origin from Israel and right to where we are now, first at Ayawaso and then where we are presently. And all this makes a synergy of very important executive things that would form policy and decisions for our future. We are very grateful that you have come. My friend who spoke, the Colombian, Dr. Victor. Yes, and then the filmmakers. Bernd. Yes. We have started a discussion on how the Abdullah script would be able to be actualized, and how the subject of slavery, what it means then and what it means now. And we have to look at this fact, because for us it's important that all this goes to come to the point where we have to maintain our heritage. We have to let people know who we are as the Ghana people. We have to let people know where our origin is from, what our language is, what our dance is, what our rhythm is. You understand? And because of that, we also brought Roger Porte from UTV, the Despite Media Group. Yeah, he's here. To also meet with some of the filmmakers And I think that after this session, we'll have a whole meeting and talk about the film aspect. Not just the film, but to provide content on how best to preserve the Ghana state, its culture, its tradition.
Jodo jake baby e jinu ke ngmene ni fe mo fe kenwa kejo basmo ni oka Bloody TV anashramo yibo eji 0241 431035 0241 431035 ni kejo ke wo twa wo pe no jake shramo kokpa ni sa wo ke ba nyegbe no ko basmo no yo bu awon ju wa Bloody TV share maje mo basmo ni wa maje moko o share hunjo happy birthday injo gbele ke yara fie mo hegbeja no to njo announcement injo alo to no advertise ya Bloody TV no jake wo here over 20,000 subscribers ni moko ba wo ehun e wo fe klalo no ke bo ba na shamo 0241 431035 minda mienche inye nu Joshua Tawi adomshi ake no jake shie yebua ni eshani na FFL na produce na yo manye na kan no ji Rosemary koko anyigba akeshi ehiyemle ojogba ni ewa ni fie mo na ebo ogbe no hwehwehwe be konkro nwe na ape o twa no manye aba